got my rocket fuel.
You got rocket fuel?
Yeah, rocket fuel, dude. This will power up a fucking diesel truck. Jesus.
This is from Rochelle Fugate.
Yes.
Look at that, beautiful. Designed by Connor Devlin. I just got hey, before we go any further, let's slap. If we're driving, we're slapping, right?
We are.
Slap a number on this.
Episode 335.
5. The last couple have been very interesting. Some good comments. Going back to the Rick Gillis program.
Yeah.
Sir Rock-a-Lot, Rick Rock Gillis. He had some great feedback on his book. People buying it and reading it and checking it out, and very informative. Give that episode a listen if you're so inclined.
Yeah.
So need 2 back, but very, very, very informative. Good thing. We got a clean shaven McGee over here.
Shaved again.
I saw that
Last night, a couple hours ago. So
the Brazilian.
yeah,
Should get a 50% tariff on that. Okay.
like I gotta pay it or I collect it.
We all pay the tariffs. Come on.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm trying to find out where you're out here.
All right. You got a Brazilian. We got 50.
No, Rick's book.
Yes.
I got a comment. I've been reading through it. So I think one thing I do like about it, if somebody wants to check it out, is the worry of what do I do in some of these situations. His book will help you through that. The confidence side of it. I don't want to give too much away of it, but if somebody does want the book, I'll probably be done with it next week or 2. I'll send it to them if somebody wants to.
All right. You heard it here first.
Check it out.
Turbo Mail. If you're looking for it, we'll put a link in it right here. But your work doesn't speak for you. You do. Anyway, so good on that. Then last week too, we had a lot of fun in the studio recording the last one. Very informative as well. Which got me thinking. Oh God, I've got a question. The question as old as time. Where the fuck is Frank?
Guys?
Yeah, we're actually, let's start at the beginning. We are en route to a place called Weston, Missouri. The natives call it Wild Wild Weston. We call it O'Malley's. We're going to be 2 nights, Weston, Missouri. If you look at the bottom of your screen, that's where we're staying. That's the hotel. That's the number. You can go in there and get a Rad Chad smoothie for next to nothing. Yeah, and then we're coming right back. What the hell we do that for? Well, we were going to go up there and we're going to see one Michael Coakley. If you've ever heard or seen Weston, you know Michael Coakley, voice of an angel, and also beer connoisseur, hotel manager. I mean, just Airbnb god of accordion. Is that goddess? I don't know. Yeah, we were supposed to play with him, but he decided he would prefer to put his hand in a meat grinder than play with us. So as of yesterday, he had a surgery. Well, today's Slapper Day, sorry. So 4 days ago, he had surgery, and he is now recovering nicely. And he's just, I'm just saying, kids, if you don't want to come to a show, just don't go to a show. You don't cut your finger. No near-death experiences.
Oh, man.
Yeah, sad day. And he's quite the accordion player. He probably plays a few instruments, but he for the last few years was playing. Get out of here, you bum! The last couple of years he's been playing accordion for Tullamore.
Yes.
Kind of a folk rock outfit out of Kansas City. And they toured around a lot. Actually, Tullamore had been around for a long time. We knew a few there. We knew one of their fiddle players was Rachel. Another one was Kirsten. Memory serves. Kristen
Mary.
Jensen. Huh?
Mary played dulcimer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mary. She was the. I think she was the. I think she's the founder, isn't she?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the founders.
Yeah. Hammer dulcimer. Great singer.
Yeah.
Great harmonist, and yeah, very wise.
Yes.
Very, very wise. Very witty.
Yeah.
Great personality. Anyway, so Tullamore now are defunct. You'll still find them, and they may be there this weekend. It's just always a riot down there.
And it is.
So we're gonna do our reader's version of WAP, and we're gonna do. I can't think of anything right now. It's 2:41 a.m. Boys and girls, come on. For the love of God.
I stopped by Continental Club a couple hours before I. Oh,
Keep this, come on. Get all that on there. Get that.
I stopped by the Continental Club a couple hours before I drove up to Turbo's house, so I could put posters up for our show in a couple weeks.
Explain to the kids what posters are.
Posters. They are pieces of paper that have stuff on them.
Information,
If you will.
crayon.
Yeah. But, so that was cool. I always enjoy doing that. There's just a certain satisfaction of walking up to a club and going, hey, yeah, go on. You know. And I'd forgotten. I walked up there. I checked their schedule just to make sure something was actually going on Thursday night. And there was. I just didn't check to see which club it was. And I got there because, for those who don't know, Continental Club is sister club to another club called Big Top in the same building, just 2 doors down. They're connected in the back. So I walked up and Continental's all closed up and dark. I was like, oh shit, because we're just about to leave town tonight. It's like, damn it, I want to get these posters up before we leave. So and then finally I remembered. I was like, oh wait, it's Big Top, of course. So I just walked down the block and there was Colin, our friend Colin, working the door. I said, hey man, can I get in the club, put these posters in? He said, oh yeah, here you go, man. He gave me the key. I walked in through the back. Turned out I didn't need a key because the band's playing at the Big Top had the door open in between the two clubs. So that was really fun going through, and nobody was in the Continental Club. It was just totally dark. So I kind of had a moment, walking around there in the dark, putting the posters up, going, man, so much has happened in this place over the years.
Yeah.
Love that place. But that was really cool. And the other thing that was funny when I got there, there was a van that was parked in the same spot that you usually park in, Patrick, and it was identical to this van. And I kind of did a double take. I was like, wait, what? wait a minute.
I'm late.
And the band, I don't know who the band was. I forgot what their name. They were really kind. When I walked through their green room, like, no, yeah, no problem, man. No, that's cool. By the time I finished with the posters up, they were on stage, and Luba was running sound, and they're a good crowd too, especially for a Thursday night. They were sounding really good. I don't know who they were, but it was good stuff. And that's the first time I've seen the newly remodeled stage at the Big Top. Highly recommend you go check out that place. Both Continental Club and Big Top are must-sees if you're in Houston. They always have great music there. Great staff. Great people.
Yeah.
And they just had the 25th anniversary, is that right?
It's coming up.
It's coming up, yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, but trivia question. Does anybody know who served their first drink at the Continental Club 25 years ago?
That would be you.
That's me.
Hell yeah.
So I have, like Chad, I have a lot, like all of us, we've had a lot of history in this club.
Yep.
I'll tell my Continental Club story again since we're here.
Why not?
But I was working in another bar downtown, one of the hip clubs, where all the cool kids go. And it was just one of those clubs that you could easily forget it because it was decorated really nicely and it's got, just the sexiest women and the, shot girls and everything was just like the other club. So you had to be real pretty to get in, and you had to get, and there's always a line outside. Didn't matter how many people was in or out. There's always a line, and to get in, and you get inside, and it's just thumping music and hey. Yeah. So a good friend of mine, Paul Beebe's older brother, David Beebe, had called me and said, "Hey, can we meet, for lunch sometime?" Oh yeah. And he goes, 713-802-9211. My phone number from back in the. I'm going, yeah. And he goes, yeah. He's amazing. Anyway, so we meet, and he goes, look, I'm a partner in this, in this new club. It's a sister club of the one in Austin. I think you'd be great there. Would you consider coming to work for us? I said, hell yeah. And I used to joke on stage, if the BBs ask you to do something, just go do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And those words were never truer in that moment. And so David had offered me the job, and I had accepted. So come opening day, I said, so what? You just show up and, all right, cool. So I show up on opening day, and Wet Dog, Pete Gordon, Dazzling Pete Gray, Pete's the main man.
Yep. And
has always been. And if I'll get you that shot we need, but I just, one of my favorite pictures of Pete is when he was playing piano for Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
On stage and having Chuck Berry going,
yeah,
like this kid. Like,
yeah, that's a great shot.
And it's just, what a shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's Pete.
It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get that.
Yeah.
But I also said, do you know who taught Pete Gordon how to play? Nils Lofgren from the E Street Band.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yes. Nils Lofgren. I mean, come on. So Pete is rock and roll. Let me just start here. Mojo Nixon called him Wet Dog when he was in the Mojo's band, Toad Lickers. Pete is as big a name as you're going to see, get, hear, know, feel, blah, blah, in rock and roll. There he is, Pete Gordon. And he's just the most down-to-earth, unassuming, gentle, sweet. I mean, I call him a dear friend. He's a dear friend. He's not a friend with antlers. He's a friend that you call on, and they're just amazing. So, ding-a-ding-a-ding, that's Pete. Hey, so I show up on this is a fucking long intro for long walk for such a little view. Yeah, I arrived at the club, and there was something going wrong with the cooler, so Wet Dog Pete is head first in this beer cooler, and he's covered in its the band called the Sons of Hercules. It's a garage band out of Austin. Great band. Kind of like the Ramones if they worked out and practiced. You know, it was really good shit. Fucking loud and just great intro to that. Anyway, so it's near showtime, and Pete's just head to toe grease, and he's just fixing stuff and just panicking because it's near time for the doors. And so I go over, hey, Pete, my name's Patrick, blah blah blah, and he's go, who? I go, David sent me, and Pete had no idea. Had no idea I was working there. And he's going, just go in the front. And I was like, oh, fuck. So somebody forgot to tell somebody. Now I'm in the way. And so I go in the front, and I'm kind of looking around, and I'm looking at the bartenders, and I was like, ooh, well, this isn't going to be good.
How long did it take? You knew they were no good as soon as you.
Oh yeah. You can tell if you're in a bar. CB will back me up on this. That's Contrabalance, Woodlands, Texas. #1 dental lab in the world, to be continued. But they'll back me up on this. If you're in an environment, and especially the hospitality business, and you're leaning against a cooler, or kind of folding your arms, just waiting for something to happen. That's kiss of death. High volume, rock and roll club, man. You're the ambassador. You're the gateway to a night of, this rock and roll. We're not fucking around. This is it, right? So you just look around. You're like, oh, who hired who? How did they get it? So anyway, the night starts, and we start thinking. I start slinging drinks, and I talked to Pete a couple of times, and we lost like 2 waitresses and a bartender or something that just on the first night.
God.
And
That's awesome.
oh yeah, and it was loud. The band was loud, and but people were just the Houston music scene is we have a great music scene. It should be bigger and it should be better, but the patrons were excruciatingly excited about this club. So nobody wanted to. Everybody was in a great mood, and it was a great night. We had a lot of really, really fun nights in that place, and but I remember talking to Pete afterwards, and he was kind of like, "Yeah, thanks for showing up."
What was the first drink you poured?
It was bourbon and a Jim Beam and Coke.
Gotcha.
And they had these. The other thing I loved about it too, they had these. They always tried to go that retro route. So they never served it. Now some of the bigger shows you'll get plastic cups, and that's only because the place is just mobbed. But they did the retro glasses, and they just had it. It used to be an old pharmacy, if memory serves. I think it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they tried to keep as much of the 50s ambiance.
Yeah, the bric-a-brac.
Yes. A very fulfilling place to work, because the beauty of 25 years of the Continental Club in Houston, Texas, is they don't book. Now you'll see a lot of those kind of, the incestuous few. There's a lot of repeat bands and whatnot. There's a lot of, but they're not there because they know somebody. Yes, they know somebody, but they're not in that venue in that slot because they draw, and because there's a demand for what they do. I'm going to tell you something. This is probably maybe going a little bit over my skis here, or I might be telling too much of a tale. But I did speak to let's just say one of the booking people at the Continental one time, and they were it was a gut wrenching moment for them, because they were booking a band that was essentially a tribute band, and this was back in the time. There's so much history that goes along with the 25 years of Continental Club. One of the main parts was, as they were just getting their footing in, as the club is just starting to take flight, the city decides they're going to put light rail in. So they dropped years of misery on top of this club that had just scrambled out of the ditch and was starting to clean itself up and get going, and then they dropped light rail in. So we went through years of, I was gone after a little while, but they just went through so much. The homeless situation downtown is appalling.
Oh yeah.
And the club is in Midtown, but Midtown, downtown is just, it's overrun.
It's too much.
It is too much. And it's what's the solution? I don't know. But it's just too much. I mean, if you're a single woman and you're going downtown, God, that sounds sexy.
Yeah.
You've got to be on your guard. You've got to go with people.
Yeah.
You got to go down in numbers. And unfortunately, that's so many cities in this country.
Yeah.
We're drowning this right now. It's just so much. Anyway, so I had that one conversation about, they were just, I don't know what to do. This tribute band packs the place, and I'm like, man, you got to do it. You got to do it. But it was one of those things to kind of get them over a hurdle. You get them out of a bind. And so there was, a time, but now it's back to these road acts and these bands that are stadium bound. A lot of them are stadium bound, they keep going. But you see the likes of James McMurtry.
Yeah,
we opened for before.
Yeah.
I love him because he's I think he's probably I think he does about the same kind of miles as we do, and he looks exactly the same on Monday, driving to California from Austin, as he does on Saturday driving from Rhode Island to DC. It's just, and he'll give you. You should check out James McMurtry. What a songwriter!
I was telling my mom this story. I've probably told this story on here before. When we opened for James McMurtry at the Continental Club, this was back in 2004. And early days of the band, and we had like not bog songs. It was bog songs. We get it right into in the days when I was Gordon, I was never Gordon. Right when we kicked into that bit, and it was so new, that arrangement was so new. We weren't even calling it bog songs yet. I don't know. We were probably calling it Mountain Dew or something back then. Or OTC, I think, is that what we called it?
OTC.
Yeah,
I was a good man. Wow.
It's just because we didn't have a title for it.
256 and he's...
Bog songs, yeah. Bog songs was one of those titles that Patrick came up with over the phone as I was doing the artwork for Standards, like at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's several, like 4 or 5 song titles on that record that were come up with within like a 15-20 minute period of time. Anyway, so we were opening for James McMurtry. We were in the middle of Bog songs, and right when we hit that moment, days when I was Gordon, I was never Gordon. I'm stage right, on the edge of the stage, right where the back of the club goes. That little walkway. Jason Bertram comes running around from the back, watching us like with this big grin on his face, watching us play. Because something about that change had grabbed his attention and kind of pulled him out of the back where he was hanging out with his band, I guess, before the show. And I was so down. I kind of smiled and nodded at him. I was like, "There's moments like that just make you like, holy crap, we got his attention." That just made me feel so good. I always love telling that story. So that's one of those moments that you live for as a musician. Just one of those little moments.
Yeah, but he's one of those guys. He's one of those writers that like a Steve Earle. He's timeless, and I don't know how he does it. He just writes incredibly poignant, catchy, but he does it with heart. That's what separates him. You can have somebody up there with a great voice and no message, and it's transparent, it's flimsy, it's see-through, it's boring sometimes, but he's a tremendous artist.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to mention it on this one, but we're on this thing too. We're gonna segue back to Blaggards for a minute. We're all here, right? Wait,
yeah, pretty much. We're missing a couple people.
We're missing Frank. Is Jeff here?
No.
All right. I guess we'll just come in again. So I had dinner with two smoking hot young ladies the other day. They took me to lunch. Guess I shouldn't say this on camera, but let the chips fall where they may. So I was at dinner, and one of them said to me, she said, "Why don't you play Moonshiner like you did on the record?"
Oh.
And I said, "Wait a minute, who are you?" She said, "Why do you do Moonshiner?" I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, "Why do we?" So what happened is, this is Blagmatic was written and recorded during COVID when we were not playing music. So it was one of those things. It was kind of inside here, and then it becomes in here, and then comes in here, and then we played it. So once we started taking it into the club, right, then you kind of find out, oh, wait a minute, what would happen if we did? Because this is what happens if you're on the road and you're recording and you're writing, you get to play it. And how's that? Okay, you're like, okay, how's that? But how do we like it? We never played it until lockdown was over and the record's done. So it's even today is one of those songs where I don't know what the original.
Well, that arrangement actually originated with right before Blackman. That was the last year Mike was in the band. We actually started recording it with him right before he quit.
Yes.
So somewhere there's actually basic tracks of us playing that.
I forgot about that. That's right.
That's why was one of the last things he recorded in the studio with us before he found out he had to leave the band. So that would have been like, I guess, 2001. No, what am I? Sorry, God, what the hell's wrong with my brain? 2019. God, I don't know what decade it is anymore. Yeah, 2019.
You don't have to worry about it. You already nailed you got the key points. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, that was back in the Mike, the latter Mike days, and that was one of the few when a certain other drummer whose name I will not mention, when he joined the band, that was one of the few songs where he basically just played exactly what Mike played. That arrangement was kind of carried over.
I forgot about that until.
But yeah, it was still pretty new. I mean, it was only a few months old, I think, when we got around to recording it. But yeah, I don't know why. I like the new arrangement we're doing too, but it is basically like a completely different song. And that's something we mentioned it. We were messing around with it a couple months ago. We said, why don't we just make this an original song?
It was last week.
Was that last?
Yeah, it was last week.
Was it last week?
That was the last thing you said.
Okay.
You said, what if we just took that and made it?
So
I'd be interested to see about playing the original version on tonight in Weston.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have to hear it. I have no idea how it goes. But
yeah. Should we go back to playing an A?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down.
Yeah.
I always like that arrangement.
Well, I was like I said, I was having lunch with these ladies, and I just it was so cool to hear. My you guys tell me what you think as well. My insecurities tell me when I'm talking to people and they oh, I heard your record and blah blah blah. I blows me away. I'm what, you listen to it?
Yeah. I know.
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, you listen to Black Mountain? Cool.
but
all I ever hear about most of the time is standards, you know?
No, but just in general. I mean,
yeah.
I heard your band. I like.
Yeah, that always blows my mind.
It freaks me out. I go, you listen to it? It's crazy. We have a CD in this car given to us a few years back, and we've been trying to give it away. And God, that's gonna be good when we do. But anyway, to be continued.
I almost had it, gave it to Heidi. I was so close, I just couldn't hold my face. I gave it away right at the end.
You gave it away. You were laughing so hard.
Oh, I was just like, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna work.
Yeah. Anyway,
inside joke.
Apparently.
You were there. You just haven't caught up. You'll get it.
Okay.
You got all the pertinent stuff. You nailed all that stuff. I'm impressed. I had forgotten about because I
had to think about it for a second too when you were saying. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't remember what fucking year it was. It was like 10 years ago.
It's getting pretty close to that.
I know.
It's on the backside of the decade.
That hurts so bad. That hurts so much. So, when was the last time you changed your mind about something?
Changed my mind?
Yeah.
I had trouble with this question last time too.
I know.
When did I change my mind?
What about you, Turbo?
I mean, I got one where I almost changed my mind.
Let's go.
Can we do that instead?
Let's do it.
I gotta talk a little vague on it, but...
You got what?
I gotta talk a little vague. I can't
Vague?
say too much of this situation, but I have somebody who took something from me, and...
Stole your heart?
No. And, sorry, Bustles. And, this is good coffee, by the way.
Not good coffee?
Yeah, it's rocket fuel.
It's good shit.
You can have this for coffee or diesel gas. So, that's...
Diesel gas.
Yeah,
so I'm going to call you.
You need to call SpaceX and be like, hey, I got alternative fuel.
Yes. Oh,
no, I'm going through a legality thing right now. When this episode comes out, I'm only a week and a half away from my final court date.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going on the stand. And so I almost bailed on the whole thing just because it's been kind of stressful. But I'm like, no, I'm not letting somebody who... I can't use the word that starts with an S. So somebody who takes something from you, I'm not letting them get away with it. And but I almost changed my mind because I was so adamant. I'm going to see this all the way through, and I was real close of bailing on that. So that's my change my mind thing. So once this is over, though, I'll talk about it.
Well, this is you're a big principle person. Actually, even Chad is.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since we found his name on the Epstein list, he's really changed.
Hey man, there is no list.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, come on, dude. I'm like, what happened here?
All right.
Anyway.
All right. But no, I mean, this is a principle thing, that, and I think that's been, of course, I'm fucking yapping about it, but I think that's a crucial part of this outfit is that core, you know. Anyway, so sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No, you're good. It's one thing when there's things that are accidents in life, and that happens, and so you're not obviously running a rigid life. I'm flexible in that way, I would say, but man, when it's just blatant and intentional, I'm like I really struggle with that. So like where there's no consequence for that type of action, and so I can't have that. So, but I'll share more about it once it's over. But I had next week I get to do my preparation for going on the stand, because I'm going on the stand. They're gonna put me up there, and so I'll share this part. Sorry, I'm tangenting off, so you cut me off anytime. But she said the lawyer says we're gonna prep you for the stand, and I go, I don't need to come in for that, and I go, I'll come in if that's what you want, but I'm not scheming. My story isn't gonna change. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, and the judge is going to decide. Like, I'm not here to game. So we'll do that, but we're not setting things up. Like, I'm not doing that. Not even if it's in my favor. This is about right and wrong. This isn't about optics or I'm not trying to. Like, that's the thing I don't like about all this. Is like we have to like all of a sudden turn into these characters. Because the other party is for sure. They're turning into this character, trying to finagle out of it. And I'm like, what if we just said what actually happened?
On that point.
So
when you do this is a note for all you kids. When you change like that, when you try to you know, and you put on a suit and you try to be on your best behavior and you try to snowblind, you know, to smoke and mirrors, you know, get out of it. That is a story as old as fucking time, and every judge is going to see through that. Every judge is going to. That's what boggles my mind. The reason why I do hate crimes in the dead of night, you know, is, you know, you can't get caught, you know, right? You just don't get caught. No, seriously, if you're going to relieve somebody of their property, if you're going to do something, you know, and then I just don't understand. People are so fucking vain and so fake that they can go in and they believe that they can snowblind, you know, a court, and that drives me up the fucking wall. I don't get it.
When we were in like because obviously it takes pre-hearings and there's pre-trial, there's been multiple motions dismissed. This has been a long process.
Yeah.
So, I went into court one of the times, and so I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to go home and change. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but the bailiff, when they're signing us in as we're coming up to, because we're first on the docket, the bailiff asked the other party, "Are you the lawyer?" And the other party's like, "No." And then that was it. And I go, "You're not going to ask me?" That's what I said. I go, "You're not going to ask me?" And he kind of smiled, like, "It's all good." And then I said, you know, and then the judge comes out. So then I said, you know, "Hey, look, Your Honor," I said, "I'm not trying to be disrespectful in the court with just wearing my T-shirt, but I'm not going to portray a different character. I'm going to be who I am because my story is the truth. I don't need to pretend." And so I don't know if he liked that or not. You know, they kind of stay even killed, but I was like, I'm just letting you know, I would rather lose being authentic than try to go in and, like I said, I don't
fake something.
Yeah, because now all of a sudden I got to keep up with this. I got to keep up with this like side narrative. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not doing that. So, but yeah, it was. It's been a learning process for sure. So I've been taking notes along the way on what to do. So if anybody ever gets in a bind, you just give me a call. And I'll tell you what not to do and what to do. So, but anyway,
well, the process that I have watched is the first thing about you is that you are measured, and you do sometimes have a little bit a moment of, "Hey, should I blow this up? Hey, should I set this apart?" And, you know, and then you kind of come back. You direct, you correct your course, but you just what's been impressive, and we've said it many times here on. We have said this guy his story doesn't fucking change. It's the same, and I let him tell the same fucking story over and over again. But it doesn't change.
How do I look?
That's me. The story doesn't change. My story's changed all the fucking time, and that's just because I'm trying to be clever or trying to put something in. But your stories are.
If you hear me change something or a story change, it's all. What happens is I go, "Oh my God, I remember a detail." Like something just sort of opens up. And I'm like, "I forgot about that." You know? That part I'll add something to it, but.
Interesting.
That was a real long answer. I
know it, but
I took over the long answer.
I fueled you.
Yeah.
We won't get fueled again. Chad, what's your? You thought of anything last time you changed your mind?
Nothing interesting.
Like a food? Have you ever?
Oh, you steer me to my dietary choices. Is that what you want me to talk about? This is fucking boring. Yeah, I really.
No, just in general. Just being silly.
I did. In 2014, I ostensibly went vegan, but it turned out I was mostly vegetarian. Not mostly. It was mostly vegan and vegetarian sometimes. And eventually, I decided that trying to sustain the vegan thing for me was a little bit too difficult.
That's very hard.
It is, especially being on the road and stuff. And I'm also just not much of a cook, so nutritionally, it is challenging to get that right.
Yeah, it's like an instrument. You never master it, but you gotta stay on top. And it's the road thing too is never. It's 3:15 a.m. We've only got another 10 hours to go. But sorry, don't say it like that.
You know what it means when we drive?
I know.
We get to play shows.
We're rock and roll.
Did you get any sleep?
No. Do I need it?
Your eyes look a little tired.
Yeah. Well, I saw. Glad you said that. So this morning,
Do you need your glasses?
I had to get up and for what?
Your eyeglasses?
No, I'm not even looking where we're going. So,
Sorry, I'm looking out for you right now. I'm just trying to make sure you're all right.
don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. Is that a boat?
Here's the best one. You want me to drive?
Go fuck yourself. So this morning I had an appointment in Conroe for an ultrasound. I have a hernia in my lower abdomen, and so I had to go get this ultrasound, and I had to be in Conroe at 8 a.m. Don't know why, because they didn't see me until 10. Bastards. But I finally get back there to the room, and this nurse back I guess she's a nurse, but she's just stunning. And I'm going, fuck. She goes, yeah. And she goes, get on the bed and take your lift your shirt over. And I was just gonna say that to you. And I didn't say that. But oh my God, it's just it's so strange when you get to be this old and you don't feel it. You know what I mean? But then you're around something like that, you're just like,
What's the most awkward doctor visit you've had? Like that? Like, if you had one where you're like, oh my gosh.
That's probably about the. I mean, it's not, because anytime, if I'm ever feeling good about myself, if a shirt fits good, or I'll have Julie go, no. So you never.
Yeah.
You're never gonna. That's not true. She's my biggest fan. It's awkward because it's, like I felt like a I can't say Epstein because Chad doesn't believe it exists, but
it's really cold in here. Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
No, dude, what did I tell you about the time I had the vasectomy done? I didn't tell the vasectomy one?
I mean, I've.
So after my third son, I was like, I'm done. And, in a good way, but I was like, I'm done. I'm getting this vasectomy. I mean, I'd scheduled it. Here I go. Dude, you are just on the table. They put the blue thing over your lap, and they just pull your boys right through the slit. That's it. And so it's just the nurse. She's getting you all prepped. Well, the doctor comes in. He's got these glasses. He didn't say one word. He didn't say, hey, how you doing? I mean, we didn't talk. We didn't cuddle. Nothing. No foreplay. Nothing.
That's bullshit, man.
He's down there like this, and he's doing his thing. He's like getting the stuff, and he's
just checking out the competition.
Yeah, probably. He's prepping. And so then I'm just like dying. So I'm sweaty. I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable. So I go, how do they look? I swear to God, that's what I said. This is what he does. He's like this, and he goes, and then he just looks back down. He didn't say a fucking word. I mean, now I'm petrified. I'm frozen solid. Like, he does his thing, the snip, the thing, boom, you get the little needle stick, boom, he's out the door. And I go, man, my joke didn't land very well. She goes, he doesn't really like the jokes. She goes, everybody says it. He gets it all the time. So the nurse is like, he's fed up with it. He has no tolerance for it. I was like, dude, you gotta warn me. I was like, you gotta let me know. I couldn't tell you the dude's name. Like, I don't think we even said hi. Like, he just came in, snipped, and was gone. I was like, oh man, this dude needs to retire. He needs a job. Like,
Man, that's
yeah.
That's a job I just don't ever want to ever think about. Or,
I mean, you're in kindergarten and going, dude, I'm just gonna snip boys all day. Like,
yeah,
no.
no.
I had an ultrasound once on that same area, and the guy who did it was total opposite. He was like, yeah, you know, he was like totally just chatty. It was like kind of helped the whole thing seem less awkward because
Yeah.
that'd be weird if it was just quiet.
It was no words. Dude.
It'd be so weird.
Yeah,
It's weird enough, you know.
I prefer a woman.
Yes.
I mean, in all those situations.
Of course.
But I think that the my advice would be you got to come in with something. You got to come in with something like Stanhope. You got to come in with material that he's going to go, what is fucking wrong with you? Like, you know,
That's new.
Yeah.
Shock him.
Yeah.
Because he's heard it all. You
Exactly.
know? But I didn't even think of
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Well, I know because you're nervous. I know, but at the same time, like the you know, lift your shirt and get in the bed. I was like, I'm not going to say that because everybody said that, but thought about it, and yeah. So just go around the room. So, would you prefer a nurse, a female, or a male?
Being down there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time,
Female,
right?
yeah.
I guess. I don't care.
Does it matter?
Yeah, no.
It matters to me. I don't want to. Oh shit! I wish I had that. I wish I had 3. You know, I don't want that.
What's weird is I wouldn't have a problem with that either way, but a massage, I'm not getting massaged by a dude. That's not happening. You know, like you got the male masseuse. I'm not doing that.
I don't want a massage. Period. And I don't want to.
I went into a place and scheduled it like just like a chain kind of place. I went in there and all of a sudden the guy comes out and he goes, "Hey Kevin, I'm here for the massage," and I went, "Nope." And he's like, "What?" I go, "Nope." I didn't go. I was like, "I'm not." Look, dude, it's not enjoyable for me. I'm not. No, you're not rubbing the inside of my legs, bro. Like it's just not happening. So
I know.
it's just not happening.
Yeah, shit's job.
Yeah, no, that's just my preference. I'm allowed to have that. You know, I'm like, no, I'm just not doing it. He was like, okay, he was cool about it.
Yeah, I know. And your wife is cool with with a woman.
Yeah,
giving you massages. Because you know, you guys are open about that stuff. You and Cameron and Julia and Brennan.
Yeah.
You guys are all swingy like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the name of that song. I'm gonna keep the fucking car. Anyway, a joke for a later date. But yeah, fucking hell.
We went to this one massage place where they do like the feet, you know, kind of like, you know, not the full blown one. You know, you kind of are in a shared room.
Yeah.
And when we first moved to Texas, and so me and Stacey are the only two in there, and there's these 2 ladies that are doing it. Right. Well, they put towels over our faces, and so anyway, the massage gets done, all this and that. Well, as we're walking out, Stacey's like, "Man, I just had this fear, like, what is he doing?" Because they put this towel over my face. I'm like, did they put a towel over his face? Like, she was spiraling, you know, in all the thoughts. Well, as we're walking out, she goes, "Your zipper's down." And I look down, my zipper's wide open, fly wide open. It must have been open all day. I mean, I was like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I was like, shit. I was like, well, that took me about 5 minutes. I had to talk my way out of that. But I was like, yeah, she was laughing at the end of it, but it was like, this lady set me up. I was like, wow. Yeah. Yeah. But nothing was, the pinnacle of any massage I've ever had was when I was in Bora Bora.
Yeah.
When Stacy and I did like a private couples one, it's intimate. You know, it's another level. And I can't even explain it without being TMI, but it was like, that is the way to do it. Like that. I enjoyed that. So.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a massage fan, but I will say there's a friend of ours, ex-drummer, dear friend of ours, James Edwards, who is a sports masseuse, you know, a massage therapist. But that guy knows his stuff. I know I had an arm thing or a shoulder thing one time, and we're coming back from Weston, and he worked on it, and it was it was gone. I was like, wow. So that's what, and I don't mind that, but I'm not getting on a table with a towel, you know, unless there's a, you know, an exorbitant amount of money spent. And anyway, let's leave it there. Yeah. Good. Well, I think we've just about slapped the shit out of this. This is long. We're gonna do a two-parter.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah.
Thanks, boss.
Yeah, it's good. We're back in town this week. You can find us in Brenham. You can find us in. We're gonna find out about that private party. We're gonna find out about that. Maybe able to get some people out. See about that.
Like, see if people can come.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be fun.
Stewie's gonna come to a couple shows next week.
Good.
Yeah, I asked him,
Good.
hey man, you want to go back to the thing? He goes, yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, I talked to him last night. Or
Good.
yesterday.
I like that kid.
Yeah.
The Conroe kid.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
We call him, call him Kalo when he gets the job. Stop it.
Yes, it's official. My oldest is 18. So
That's right. It was last Saturday, right?
Yep. Last Saturday. It's the 5th. Yep. I got
Dad.
118. Signed up for college. Got his own place.
Wow. 2 more. All right.
One flew the nest, baby.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. Anyway, I know we're wrapping the episode up, but I wanted to squeeze that in there. So.
That's good. I got a text from my college graduate saying that he had made the dean's list.
Yes.
Nice.
Again.
Yeah. But you know, but you know, the one where you get the certificate and all that stuff, or they just wrote to him. I just goosebumps.
That's great.
So anyway,
We should get him a frame for it.
I'm going to.
Yeah, so that way it doesn't end up in a freaking folder somewhere.
Hasn't he done that every year?
Yeah.
He's been there?
I think it might be every year.
It's amazing.
It might be every year. I'm just blown away. Both are. I mean, that's crazy. And Chad won't even call any of his kids. But story for another day. So yeah, look for us. Look at you. We got new stuff coming to our online store. August is going to be crazy. So we're going to be gone a lot of August. Still a few seats left for Ireland.
Yep.
I talked to Dennis yesterday. Or no, I didn't write him back yet. But he's just checking on us. And then yeah, we're fired up, ready to roll. So
Yep.
thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. And just you can also check out Chat podcast too. He was talking about Superman. He was like a little girl skipping up and down the thing.
Yeah, we just put in a review of the new movie.
So there you go.
Prodigious Saps.
Link right here.
Yep.
Thanks for coming along. We hope to see you all very, very soon.
Yep. All right.
See ya.
Thanks,
Good night.
y'all.
Cheers.